Alright YouTube, so we have something important to talk about today, something big. It's honestly kind of bad information. But before we hop into it, the only smaller bit is that Square Enix did put out another update regarding COVID-19, coronavirus, the launch of the game, all that other stuff. We don't really need to read over it. It's pretty much just saying the same stuff that I've been saying for weeks at this point. I honestly forgot that they were even going to do another one of these, just because we know that they're going to say the same stuff, right? Hey, the game's still coming out on the 10th. You might not be able to get in your area. The only part for me that I think is worth highlighting is the third line from the bottom that says, "Finally, we are currently making arrangements to ensure that pre-orders from the Square Enix store reach you by April 10th. So if you happen to have bought a copy of the game from Square Enix themselves, they're taking whatever measures it might be to make sure you get it on the 10th. Now on to the topic of the video, and you already know what it is by the title. There are already physical copies of Final Fantasy VII Remake out there. People have it in their hands. People are probably playing it. This is obviously a huge problem. We still have about 2 weeks till the game comes out. Technically 13 days, because you can usually pick up a game like the night before it actually comes out. So in this case, on the 9th. So about 13 days. So with there being about 2 weeks until the game comes out, and people having physical copies of the game right now, we have a lot of spoilers ahead of us. People could just record themselves playing the entire game if they wanted to, and upload it to YouTube. It might get taken down, it might not. People who had demo gameplay that's probably still up even right now. And as you can tell from right here, it is still up. It's been over 2 months. It's got 100,000 something views. This was the data mine demo that went public and kind of spoiled a lot of shit for everybody. That's still up. Square Enix never took that down. So there's a good chance that from the game being out in the public now, in the wild, people having copies of it, that gameplay could go up on YouTube or maybe other platforms, and Square Enix won't even do anything about it. Now, as for the picture itself, some people on this Reddit post were questioning the legitimacy of it, as in maybe it's just some retail worker or somebody that works at a distribution center just taking pictures of the copy. They're not actually opening them. My only issue with that line of thinking is that this clearly looks like it's taken inside of a house. This looks like a generic house or apartment countertop, and you clearly see some blinds or something going on in the background, a curtain over the window, whatever it is. This doesn't look like some guy in the back of GameStop taking some pictures. This looks like somebody who has these copies in hand at their home. As for how they obtain the copies of the games, I think stealing is the most obvious. I don't know where they work at, but I don't know why they'd have 4 copies. You could maybe buy 4 copies, but I don't know why you would do that. 4 copies of the exact same version of the game. You're looking at $320 plus tax. I mean, maybe somebody's got disposable income and they wanted 4 copies. I don't know. But I think stealing's the most likely. Though it's actually not unheard of for somebody to get an early copy of a game in the mail. I remember back in 2015, right before Fallout 4 came out, there was a channel called Champ Chong who got a Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4 10 days before it even came out. These also could be something along the lines of review copies that went to the wrong address or got sent too early or whatever the case. There's no telling exactly what the situation is, but the most likely thing is that they work somewhere where they have access to video games and they stole 4 copies. And the sad thing is, I don't even know if I can entirely blame this person for this right now, because this has happened before with Square Enix. It happened super recently with Kingdom Hearts 3. The whole entire game got leaked. So they have a history of this. How does this happen again, dude? We just went over, a couple months ago, we had the whole demo fiasco and all that other stuff, right? And how does the game come out so early? What is going on with Square Enix, dude? You also got to ask yourself the question of whether or not this would have happened had the game launched like it was supposed to. Because again, I'm of the belief the game was not delayed for any sort of polish, any sort of needing to fix it, or whatever the case. I feel like the game was already done a long time ago. So if the game had came out on March 3rd, we'd have already been 24 days into playing it right now, almost a month into playing the damn game. And if we hop back to Kingdom Hearts 3, it's almost exactly the same situation. It's a highly anticipated game, something people have been waiting for a very long time. It was supposed to launch at a certain point, and then got pushed back and delayed. And then somebody got their hands on a physical copy. And you got to ask yourself, with both of these situations, would that have happened had the game just launched like it was supposed to? It's ultimately up to the people who already have copies of the game whether or not they want to spoil it for everyone else. But it's hard not to blame Square Enix in the situation when it just happened with their last big release. They have a history of this, man. And it happened again with the fucking remake, and it sucks. Anyways, my dudes, enough of my ranting. That's the video. Just want to let you know that there are physical copies of the game out there. We probably have a lot of spoilers ahead of us. Just avoid social media, man. Just stay off of Reddit, Twitter, whatever. Either way, of course, I'll pass it off to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to stay updated with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid, at my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me a smile, give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby.